Hi.
Hi.
Hey. What
Hey. Hello.
My name is Julianne.
My name is Akeisha.
And we're wearing the same clothes that we wore in some other video because we're filming this the same day.
Yep.
And right now it's lunchtime, so we're eating.
We're eating.
I apologize. And we're going to be talking about paper towns.
Yep.
And this is unscripted. I just turned on the camera. We don't know what we're going to talk about.
We're just going to talk about things and random things.
And,
I don't know.
I say paper towns, I mean the movie.
Yeah, the movie. We're not talking about the book.
The movie was awesome.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Yeah. It was actually better, from the book, in my opinion, because I felt like everything moved along in a more, faster pace, if that makes sense. Because in the book, everything kind of was, sluggish and all that. And it just, the movie, it just went straight to the point in a more, fun way, in an interesting way. Because there was, some parts that, that didn't actually need to be from the book into the movie. And the movie actually made it more better in that type of sense, I think.
Mm-hmm. My initial thoughts on the story, or on the movie, was that it better portrayed the message of the story of the actual book way better in film. I don't know if it's just because of, I don't know, maybe there were the writers on there just were trying to focus more on it. I feel like John Green, he didn't enunciate that. I'm going to use the word enunciate.
Yeah,
but he
that makes sense.
enunciate that message so clearly, and the reasons why Margot does some of her things are better explained in the film than in the book.
Yeah, because, towards the end, where he meets her at, the bus stop, I think it was more better how they portrayed that scene in the movie than in the book. I don't think they meet that.
No, they weren't at a bus stop.
Yeah, they weren't even at a bus stop. And I felt like we didn't get much of a closure, an end properly in the book than we did in the movie. It was more better, it ended way more better than in the book. I mean, in the movie, yeah. So, it was good. Yeah, see, that's why I'm not drinking.
I just kind of ruined your sentence. You're, saying, you're talking about how great it was, and I'm just
finished. See, that's why I'm not drinking. You want to tell them what you just drunk and you kind of burned your tongue off?
I make this thing called Butterbeer Latte. The video, I guess I'll do the description.
Yeah, you should do a video.
The video that I discovered this on is in the link below. That video was made by someone named Cherie Moore, and she's a really awesome booktuber, so you should go watch her even though no one watches these videos. So it doesn't really matter who I recommend. I feel like there was something else I want to say.
Yeah, favorite scenes and stuff, funny scenes that we like.
Oh, first of all, anyone who doesn't know, there was a book called Paper Towns by John Green, and it got turned into a movie.
Yeah.
Just go watch the trailer. It kind of just explains what everything's about. And there will be spoilers in this video.
Yeah.
But our initial thoughts was that it was awesome, right?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was great. I did not expect it to be that, screenplay. Everything fell into place. It was good. One thing I kind of, was iffy about was, the road trip. Obviously, going that far up to, where were they going to meet her, in New York?
Yeah, Agloe.
Yeah. Going to that road trip, it wouldn't take, just an hour. Because where they made, stops, it wouldn't take, just an hour. I think they went through, Orlando and stuff like that, did they? Yeah, she's currently chewing again. But yeah, that point of time, that pinpoint location to the other one wouldn't take just an hour. Yeah, I don't think they would be accurate.
I think they were accurate-ish.
Ish. Well,
to get out
just
of
a little
Florida,
thing that I'm just
takes a little longer.
Yeah.
I don't think it takes an hour to get from Orlando to northern out of Florida.
Yeah.
Florida is huge. Okay,
it is huge. I haven't even been to even a quarter of Florida.
Yeah, you can drive 9 hours and then you just make it.
Yeah, just about.
Out of Florida, and it's just yay.
Favorite scenes that we like.
I wanted to see the scene, but at the same time, I'm glad they took that out because in the book they go to SeaWorld, But in the movie, they took it out because they didn't want to
promote
that? Yeah, they didn't want to promote SeaWorld. And I'm like...
There's, like, a lot of negative commentary towards SeaWorld.
Have you watched Blackfish? Oh, my goodness. That changed my life. I went to Miami Sea Aquarium, and random tangent that must now go upon.
Yeah. And you can just
I just love tangents, and I love going on tangents about tangents.
Yeah, you tend to do that, Jay.
I went to Miami Sea Aquarium, and we went to see the whales or whatever, and there was porpoises in the thing, so there was one whale and 4 porpoises that were in this tank. And I looked at the tank, I'm like, it's pretty small, but at the same time, I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's just where, like, they do their tricks, and then they put them into a bigger tank. And then I'm looking, I'm like, there's no, like, exit. It's just this really kind of small, like, pool. And I'm like, you have 1 giant killer whale and 4 porpoises in this tank. And my sister, she, like, went and did a little more research, and there used to be, like, 2 whales, and one of them, like, committed suicide. Like, it banged its head against the wall, and I'm just like, this is terrible. And why did we give money to this corporation? Even though it was Miami Sea Aquarium, I don't know how bad they are compared to SeaWorld.
I think SeaWorld is more, I don't know, worse. But, you know, they still could have, like, did, like, a random aquarium. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not that bad, but I felt like they could have done it that way.
They could have a local...
Yeah, like a local. It didn't have to be...
SeaWorld is local.
I know, but they could have just did, like, a random one, like, somewhere else, but... You know, it is what it is.
We missed John Green's cameo.
Yeah, like...
I looked for it the entire movie, and...
I kind of figured there would be a cameo, but I didn't know, like, where would he show up? I don't know.
I'm so glad Augustus, though.
Yeah, Augustus.
And Elgort. That cameo, like, he showed up, everyone screamed.
Like, everyone screamed. I was holding on to Juliet and our other friend, Kendall, and just, like, what? John Green, like, you would really do this. Yeah, it was nice seeing him
I don't think I had to say, though. But I think it was nice for him to hang out with Ansel Elgort.
Yeah.
Him and Nat Wolff are, like, best friends. And when I say him and Nat Wolff, I mean John Green and Nat Wolff.
Yeah.
Like, there's, like, BFFs.
BFFs, like.
I've seen, like, videos and stuff. It's just so funny.
Like, it's so funny. It's cool that they have that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's nice. Alright, yeah, Cara Delevingne, yeah. Her and Nat, like, have a cute, funny relationship. Kind of, yeah.
I like her voice.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Especially as, like, doing the American accent. I don't know. I like her voice a lot.
Yeah. I think she's good at it.
It's, like, weirdly soothing. Same thing as, like, anyone who watches Supernatural. Meg's voice of the second actress. Like, the second girl that she, like, possessed. I don't know. Her voice is so soothing. It's so weird.
You could, like, sleep to it? Is it
I could fall asleep to John Green's voice when he reads.
Yeah. What other scenes did we like?
Everything. I think I like the road trip a lot.
Yeah, the road trip was so fun. It was cool.
I thought it was really funny though when they're like doing those voices and Nat Wolff Q was just like, I guess we should use our character.
Yeah, like
okay, but Q is like doing the weird voice like, yeah, this feels wrong, but it feels kind of right.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it. Like kind of right.
How did they do it? Feels gonna. I don't know.
I'm not amused. My dog just walked in.
Yeah. She coming in? Go away.
Oh.
Bella, no.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. No. She's back.
Hey.
Hey, she's back in.
So, what were we? And so Q was doing the weird voice.
Yeah, and I don't know.
And then, what's his face?
I keep forgetting, what are their names again?
I wanted to say Ben.
Ben.
I don't know where I got Bill from. But Ben was doing the weird voice.
Yeah.
And then Radar does it, but he messes up and it doesn't sound cool and it sounds really funny. And then they just start laughing.
Oh yeah, Radar.
When they were singing the Pokemon song.
Song too. Yeah, the Pokemon song. And I just sang along. Like I think everyone in the movie
pretty much
theaters
everyone
were like just singing along.
Oh, At first I'm like, this tune sounds so familiar. Where is it from? And then I'm like,
No.
oh, it's Pokemon.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Pokemon. So cool. I didn't know they would add that part in there.
Yeah, it was funny.
That was funny. I like that little...
I think I'm okay with pretty much all the changes.
Yeah, me too. And
like, that's weird to say for a book-to-movie adaptation. But I think I'm okay with everything.
Because usually, like, yeah, some movies, they're like, all the changes are weird. cough, Percy Jackson movies.
True.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it makes sense, but sometimes they're like, oh, let's just change character. Like, for anyone, have you read Beastly by Alex Flynn?
Yes, yeah, I have.
Okay, in the book, they have different names than in the movies.
Yeah, it's so different. It is.
I'm like, that was completely unnecessary. It's not like it was such a weird name that no one can pronounce. It was like a normal name in the books. And then they're like, let's change the names in the movie.
Why did they feel to make that change? Like,
and
why?
They kind of added, like, a character somewhat.
Yeah.
And I was like, it just felt, like, I liked the movie, and I think I liked the movie a lot because I saw it before I read the book.
So did I.
I didn't even know it was a book-to-movie adaptation until, like, after.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I was like, oh, why are we going to see this movie? I don't even think I've seen the commercials. And then I liked it.
Once, yeah. It was okay. I liked it.
Yeah, and I liked the movie, but just the changes I'm confused about, but I'm okay.
Yeah, it's like, just whatever.
Doesn't make sense. Or like in Maze Runner, they were in the maze for like 2 years, and in the book it was like 3. And I was like, it was totally unnecessary. You don't have to say, you could easily have said 3 instead of 2.
Yeah. And then, like, I watched this, like, I think you watched it before, like, the YouTube channel, what is it called? Sins, like, movie
Cinema Sins?
Yeah, Cinema Sins. And, like, they did, the Maze Runner, and then they said, like...
Have I seen that?
Yeah, have you seen it? I'll, like, show it to
I know
you.
Cinema Sins, but
yeah, you know,
I don't remember if I've seen that episode. Unless it was Honest Trailers. And I don't know if Honest Trailers had one.
No, they didn't have one for the Maze Runner, but they had, like, a Cinema Sins.
Yeah, like, I can't remember.
And
I don't know if I've seen it.
You probably haven't, but
I've probably seen, like, the thumbnail as I'm, like, scrolling through. I need to make sure I watch it. I love Cinema Sins. So offensive.
Yeah, they're so offensive.
They're so offensive and kind of inappropriate at times, but I still love them.
But they understand that, but they're just pointing out, like, some flaws in it, but they obviously, like, still appreciate the movie. You know, obviously they wouldn't have done a review on it or whatever.
I was watching Big Hero 6 and Cinema Sins.
Oh, yeah, I watched that one, too.
It was great. I thought it was funny, though. Like, I felt a little offended. I'm like, don't mess with one of my favorite movies ever.
Of course you would.
But, for the most part, I thought it was pretty good. I like what they did, though. They're like, okay, we have to take off one sin because of Baymax is so cute.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, okay. You guys have redeemed yourself in my eyes. It was getting cold.
I know, right? Yeah, so in the Maze Runner sin, they were like, why don't they just climb the wall? Like, it was so obvious.
They couldn't. They've tried. Trust me, they tried. Okay? In the book, it mentions this more. But I don't know if they've read the book, so they're just doing it based off of that.
Yeah, I think they're just doing it based off the movie.
I like how they incorporated the Black Santa.
Yeah, I wish
we saw more. Like, what's her face? Angela. Sorry,
yeah,
I can't remember
Angela.
people's names.
Yeah,
too. Like Angela. I wish you went over to his house and saw it. But I think their relationship was the one that I liked the most. Like, I liked Angela and Radar's relationship the most.
Yeah, it was cute. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked how it developed. I don't remember because it was basically non-existent in the book. Like, Angela wasn't really there, and I like how they added her.
Yeah,
even John Green was like, "Oh, why didn't I put her on the road trip? That made so much sense. Why didn't I do it?"
Yeah, I was like, oh, because I originally thought she was on the road trip, but because it felt more natural that way. Like, yeah, John Green, why didn't you just add her in the road trip in the book? But you know, see, that's why like the movie was actually good. It portrayed the story and stuff, and it added like scenes that were actually good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it's a mistake that Q and Margot kiss. Like, because I feel like he put her up on such a pedestal.
Yeah.
And, like, there was no need. Like, him not kissing her would be like, yeah, I'm over you because I was in love with the idea of you. I don't need to kiss you because I was in love with this one girl who really doesn't exist. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I kind of agree with what you're saying. Yeah, because he really did, like, put her on, like a high pedestal. Like, she was the center of his world. And then just to be thoroughly disappointed. Like, yeah, I'm not coming back. Yeah, I'm sorry. And then a kiss, like, that's gonna make it up. Or anything.
Like, there was no need because Margot, I guess she liked Q, but I don't know. Like, her and him kissing, just, it kind of ruined that whole, like, he's now learning that she's not who she says she is. That makes sense? But,
yeah, it makes sense to me, yeah. But, you know, gotta add some romantic type of thing.
Just unnecessary, like...
Yeah, it was unnecessary.
I mean, you have Radar and Angela. They could have been like, plot twist, they were the relationship. Also, I was watching this one video. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's one, you know Christine from Napoleon Bananas?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she did this review with 2 other people who are, and I don't know if you've heard them, but Tim H.
No. I don't think so. Yeah.
You need to watch his videos. It's great.
Okay.
And then there was another person, Jack Howard. But I think it was like Jack who was like talking about. They did a video together about Paper Towns and the movie, obviously. And so Jack was like talking about how he felt the whole Q growing up and realizing, you know, Margot wasn't this idea of Margot anymore, or like it wasn't his idea of Margot. Was kind of ruined because he was saying, oh, Margot is off doing all these great, wonderful things, acting as if she's still up on a pedestal, when really, even though the last line is like, you know, she's just this girl, she's just a girl, but like there was that line where he's just talking about how she's off doing amazing things, acting as if she was the Margot that everyone imagined.
Yeah. And I felt like he was
Those are the best words I said.
Yeah. That was good, Jay. Yeah, and I felt like he was so obsessed, like, with finding her, and you hardly get to see him enjoying himself because he's so, like, obsessed with just finding her, and then when he gets disappointed, it's like, what? And that scene with, Ben, you know, having to pee. That was funny. I liked how they did that.
The one disappointment was that I was waiting for the moment when the beer spilled, and he started running, and it's like, it's gonna explode.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of my favorite scenes, but I'm okay with basically all the changes, you know?
Yeah, I like who they picked for Ben and Radar. I really like them.
Oh my goodness, who casted them?
Yeah, like...
Okay, the person who plays Radar is 17 years old. Thank you.
I know, thank you for being accurate.
It's not a 30-year-old who looks 16. Hello, Alexandra Daddario. How does she look 16? I don't understand. Like, what creamer do these people use?
They must use, like, some strong stuff. But finally, like, accuracy at its best. And I think they were good. A+ on that part. So yeah, anything else? Oh, I like the prom scene. That was good. Was that in the book? No. It wasn't.
He sleeps in
yeah, he sleeps
one
in
of those warehouse.
Yeah, like
abandoned places.
Like, I think John Green would actually agree that he preferred the movie over his book. Like, he added so many good parts that even though they weren't like a part of it originally, like.
I thought there was a hair in here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
yeah.
I was like getting distracted.
Like
I was listening though.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I liked how they showed him, like, oh, he still got to be with his friends. Like, he didn't just, like, go home and sulk or something. Like, he still went out to enjoy himself. And that was cute to see. I like that little part.
I was like, oh, I don't really... Like, in the book, words. I had such an elegant thing earlier about what Jack said, and I'm like...
Yeah, you just lost it. You lost it.
I lost my mojo.
Your mojo day.
Basically, I like how, like, instead of, like, sleeping in this abandoned building, he went off to prom. And actually, prom was way better than I thought it was gonna be. You didn't go to prom,
I didn't go.
Prom for me, I was like...
I thought for prom.
I think the reason I enjoyed it so much was because I had such a low expectation, because I don't like dancing in front of people.
Yeah, I really thought you weren't gonna, like, she told me how much fun she had.
I was not gonna dance. I was so determined.
I know. She actually, like, she danced.
And then I actually danced.
Yeah, I'm proud of
And
you.
I was, like, one of the last person on the dance floor because everyone left at 10. And I'm like, where are you guys
If
going?
I was there,
party?
we would have danced together and had fun.
But I asked the DJ, I'm like, play Uma Thurman. And they didn't at first. But, like, the last song, I went up to them and I was like, when basically no one was on the dance floor, I went up to them, like, play Uma Thurman. Because I don't know if he heard me earlier or he just got a lot of requests. I don't know. So he played Uma Thurman and I danced to that. And it was a glorious night. Oh, and I went in a limo for the first time. Checking that off my bucket list.
Yeah, I still have to put that. It's still there. But it'll get checked off one day. Hopefully. We're, like, famous and we have, like, our books and stuff.
Yeah. But being in a limo was, like, a dream come true because I've always wanted to go in a limo. It was my life goal.
You achieved it. Yay for you, Jenna.
And then I went to Denny's. I think it was Denny's. I went to Denny's at, like, midnight.
Yeah, you told me.
And then and then I went home and I went to sleep.
You were probably dead tired.
Yep.
I don't know how you just got over that on the weekend and wasn't tired. I would be so tired going to school because it was on the weekends.
Yeah.
A lot of teachers were putting projects and stuff, like actual work. Hello, it's like prom week. Why are you doing that? But yeah.
That gesture was, like, agreeing with you, but
okay.
I was like,
I was
yeah,
too
like,
busy
why
eating
would they
this
do
brownie.
that?
Like,
Like,
yeah.
what the heck? I actually reread Paper Towns at the end of school year, and, like, we graduated, and I was reading it, and they were talking about graduating high school, and it just hit me hard. Like, this is it. This is the ending. And, yeah.
Yeah, it did hit me.
So seeing prom in Paper Towns as well, and that's reading about the graduation in Paper Towns, it kind of just, like, it hit me, man. Hit me. I looked at Paper Towns, and it wasn't like, as I was watching, it wasn't like I was watching it from before prom. You know, like, oh, is this what I'm going to look forward to? I watched it looking at as a remembrance, like, oh, hey, I remember doing that, you know?
Oh, okay.
But I like how he went over to his friends and they just started dancing.
Like, that was cute.
But his mom was like, oh, yeah, you totally can go to prom even though, like, you, like, took the car and left. Oh, talking about cars. Am I the only one who saw that part in the trailer when they give him a minivan as a present, which was, like, one of my favorite scenes in the books. But in the movie, they didn't have that.
Oh, yeah, they didn't.
When they do that, when they put a scene in the trailer and then they don't put it in the movie, it confuses the hell out of me. And I'm like,
because why would you have in the trailer that is advertising the movie, and you know it should already be in the movie and it's not? Like, what?
Deleted scene.
Yeah, that was fun. I liked it.
Isn't sitting on the floor comfortable? Actually, we're resting on a beanbag chair.
Yeah.
So.
What else? Is that basically it? I mean,
I don't know. I feel like there's other things we can say, but
yeah, but
I'm trying to think of
words. Like, yeah.
This is what happens when you do things unscripted.
I know.